If you're looking to get tax records fast, then this is the video for you. By using ID.me to set up your online IRS account, I'm going to show you how you can have access to all different types of things in as little as 5 to 15 minutes. Now, to get started, you're going to need 3 things. The first thing you're going to need is an email address. The second thing that you're going to need is a government ID. But don't use an ID like this because this one will probably get you locked up. The third thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a phone. But I don't recommend using a phone like this, and certainly don't use a headset like this. You're going to need a smartphone. And the reason why is because you're going to have to take a selfie in order to verify your identity. And no, mean people, this is not an iPhone 1, it's an iPhone SE. You all are so mean with your comments sometimes. Gosh. Welcome to Tax Chit Chat, the place where we talk all things tax all the time. Since we created our first video some time ago talking about how to get into our IRS account, the IRS has actually changed their process. What they've done is they've partnered with ID.me, which is a separate company, to help them verify individuals' identity. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to set up your online account with ID.me, and then how you can actually look in your IRS account and get all different types of things. So we're going to talk about transcripts, looking at your balance, how you can set up a payment plan. There's tons of different things that you can do with your IRS online account. So let's get over to the computer and let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to head over to irs.gov. Right here on the home page, you can see that it says sign into your account. So you'll go ahead and you'll click that. Now, the next page that you're going to come across is going to be outlining your online account, the different things that you can do with it, access tax records, make payments, you can create payment plans. And right up at the top, there's this big blue, sign into your online account. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to do that. Now, if you already have an account, this is where you go ahead and you log in at. If you do not have an account and you are trying to do things like get your IP PIN or you're trying to get transcripts, anything like that, you will need to create an account. And once again, you're creating an account with ID.me first, and then you're going to create it with the IRS. So just simply click down here, ID.me, create an account. So the next page you're going to be taken to is where you'll actually enter in your credentials to start creating your ID.me account. You'll need, your email address, you'll create a password, all that good stuff. So after we go ahead and we enter in our email address, it's going to give you this little screen saying, hey, you're continuing to the Internal Revenue Service, and they're going to use the information that you give ID.me to create the account. So you'll type in your email, and then you're going to get a screen like this where it's going to say, confirm your email address, and then they're going to send an email to that email address. So usually, if you have your smartphone, you can just look it up and then go ahead and click and confirm it. So once you've confirmed your email address, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to create what's known as MFA, or multi-factor authentication. So you can say you want to set up, through your smartphone to get text messages or a phone call. You can do push notifications. Usually what I do for my clients when we're setting up accounts is just simply say, hey, we're just going to set it up so that we can do text. So we go ahead and select that first option, and then on the next screen, you're going to enter in your phone number. And once again, you can see that it'll say either, text me or call me. I just say put in text. So once you click on text me, it's going to go ahead and say this screen, hang tight, we're sending you the code, and then it's going to send the code to your phone. So once you have your code, you're going to go ahead and enter that code back in. So the next thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to verify your identity. And that basically means, taking a picture. And what I say is a tip in order to make this go as fast as possible is take a picture of your ID beforehand. So whether that's a driver's license, state ID, or your passport, take it beforehand and have it stored in your phone if you're using a phone, or you can take it and you can upload it to your computer so that you have it just ready to load. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to say we're going to upload our photos of our license or our ID. So we click on that, and then you have to give ID.me consent to share that information with the IRS, as well as store that information, because they're using things like, facial recognition and other biometric information that they're going to store. So you have to consent to that. So once we've done that, it's going to say, how do we submit our photo? So we're going to choose that we're going to take a photo, or you could say that you wanted to upload the image. So you can either take the photo right then and there, or like I said, you can upload an image. Me personally, I usually just choose image, so I select that option. Now, once you've uploaded your photo, the next thing it's going to make you do is it's going to make you take a selfie. So once again, this is where the cell phone, or your smartphone comes in handy, because you'll either end up clicking a link, or you're just simply going to go ahead and do the scan right there. But what happens is after you take that selfie, you're going to go ahead and hit submit. And then you're going to get an image like this on your screen that's going to say comparing the selfie to the ID document image. So it usually only just takes a couple of minutes, like maybe less than one. And then you have to enter in some information to go ahead and complete verifying your identity. So you enter in your date of birth, your social security number. This information is ultimately going to get sent over to the IRS and benchmarked against other databases such as like the Social Security Administration to verify that you are in fact you. So on the next screen, what happens is you get a summary of all of your information that you've entered in, name, address, date of birth, all that good stuff. And then you will go ahead and you will click submit. It's going to show you a screen like this where it says verifying your identity. And then once that's been done, you'll get to a screen like this where you're going to authorize ID.me to send that information back to the IRS. So at the very bottom of the screen, you just simply click the button that says allow. Now, what happens after this is you are then going to be taken into your actual IRS online account. Now, before we jump into my IRS account, I wanted to share something with you. Most people who are watching this video or the previous video were coming because they wanted to figure out how to get IRS transcripts so that they can do things such as like file back tax returns, all that good stuff. So before we jump into our account, I actually want to recommend that you head on over to our educational website, Make My Money Make Sense. And if you click on courses and products, then you can actually grab our free download, which is 5 mistakes that people make when filing old tax returns. We even have a course for you, which is how to file back tax returns, a step-by-step guide. So if you're looking to file back taxes on a do-it-yourself kind of method, then make sure you check out this course. But at a minimum, go and grab that freebie. I mean, it's absolutely free. As you can see on the screen, this is my IRS account. And one of the things that you can do is you can view the balance details. So if you have a balance with the IRS, you owe back taxes, you'll be able to see your balance and how much you owe by year, all that good stuff. You can make a payment such as paying on an amended return. You can make a payment for like a current year return in which you have a balance. And you can actually make like estimated payments. So if you're making your quarterly payments, if you're self-employed, anything like that, you can do that here. If you owe the IRS, you can actually create a payment plan. So you can set up to pay your balance over time through doing this right here. Just super simple, right? So heading back to my account, the last thing that we're going to look at is what most people want, which is how to get transcripts. So we're going to head over to view tax records. So once we're over in tax records, you're then going to be able to see everything kind of you have going on with your account. So we can see my 2020 tax return summary, and actually it's all blurred out because I don't want you all knowing how much I make and all that good stuff. But seriously, you can see if you in 2021 when they were doing the advanced child tax credit payments, you can see that. And you can see if you had economic impact payments, aka stimulus checks. But what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Get Transcript. And Get Transcript is where we will actually get the records that many people need for filing tax returns, submitting, proof of filing, all that good stuff. So once we click on that, the next screen is going to ask you to select a reason why you need the transcript. Usually I just put federal tax because I need to file a federal tax return. But there's multiple reasons. You can do it for student financial aid. You can do it for income verification, you name it. So multiple reasons. But once we're actually in the Get Transcript tool, it will show you that I can get a return transcript. So this is a copy of my actual tax return. I can get a record of account, which is actually a hybrid of the account transcript and the return transcript. I can get an account transcript. So the account transcript will show me things like what my filing status was, what my adjusted gross income was, when I filed my tax return, if there's been any penalties, interest, what my refund was, when it was issued, all that good stuff. But the most important transcript of all, at least when it comes to filing tax returns, is the wage and income transcript. So we can see on the screen right here, for the account transcript, you can get the most recent 5, I believe, through here. And you can also get the most recent 10 wage and income transcripts. So you can go back 10 years if you need to get any of your wage and income transcripts. Now, one of the important things to note is that in this video right here, we talk about getting unmasked transcripts. And they're important because they have data that can be used to e-file a tax return. The transcripts that you get through Get Transcript are masked or redacted, meaning that you can't see all the information, so they really can't be used to e-file a tax return. So if you need to e-file a tax return, then go and watch that video about unmasked transcripts. Now, if you got some value out of this video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up, or you can say thanks by buying me a coffee. The link is in the description below, and the extra coins go towards helping us make future videos and pay for things like gear and props. So, until we meet again, remember to keep earning, keep learning, and just like that, this chat is adjourned.